Welcome back to the Naciri English Podcast, the place where we level up our English and our lives at the same time. I'm your host, and today we are tackling a book that is basically the Bible of self-improvement, Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, before we start, let me ask you, have you ever made a New Year's resolution? You say, this year I'm going to speak English perfectly, or I'm going to go to the gym every single day. And then, by February 15th, you're back on the sofa eating chips and watching Netflix. Don't feel bad. We've all been there. The problem isn't you. The problem is your system. Today, I'm going to show you how to rebuild that system using the power of atomic habits. Let's dive in. James Clear starts the book with a revolutionary idea. Forget about goals. Wait, what? No goals. Clear argues that winners and losers often have the same goals. Every athlete in the Olympics wants the gold medal. Every person applying for a job wants the position. So, the goal isn't what makes the difference. It's the system of small actions they follow every day. The 1% principle. Imagine a plane flying from Los Angeles to New York. If the pilot changes the direction by just 3.5 degrees, a tiny movement, the plane will end up in Washington, D.C. instead of New York. In your life, a 1% change feels like nothing today. If you study English for 10 minutes today, you won't notice a difference in your level. But over a year, you become 37 times better. This is the power of compound interest applied to your habits. The valley of disappointment. Many of you stop practicing English because you don't see progress. Clear calls this the plateau of latent potential. You are putting in the work, but you haven't broken through yet. Think of an ice cube in a room. If the room is -5 degrees and you heat it to -1, nothing happens. But when you hit 0 degrees, it melts. The work you did from -5 to -1 wasn't wasted, it was being stored. Let's get into the practical stuff. How do we actually build these habits? Law 1, make it obvious. Most of us fail because our habits are invisible. We forget to do them. Environment design. If you want to remember to take your vitamins, put them right next to your toothbrush. If you want to practice English, change your phone's language to English right now. Make the cue impossible to miss. Habit stacking. This is my favorite technique. You take a habit you already have, like drinking tea, and stack a new one on top. After I finish my lunch, I will write 3 new English words in my notebook. Law 2. Make it attractive. Why is it so easy to scroll through Instagram, but so hard to study grammar? Because Instagram gives us a dopamine hit. Temptation bundling. Link an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Maybe you love listening to music? Tell yourself, I can only listen to my favorite Spotify playlist while I am practicing my English pronunciation. Suddenly, the hard task becomes something you look forward to. Now, let's talk about the most important law for busy people. Law 3, make it easy. James Clear says, optimize for the starting line, not the finish line. The 2-minute rule. When you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes. Goal. Read 30 books a year. Atomic habit. Read 1 page before bed. Goal. Run 5 kilometers. Atomic habit. Put on your running shoes. Once you start, it's much easier to keep going. The hardest part is the friction of starting. Law 4. Make it satisfying. The human brain loves immediate rewards. The habit tracker. Get a calendar. Every day you study English, put a big red X on that day. Your only job is to not break the chain. Seeing those X's grow is a visual reward that keeps you motivated. Goldilocks rule. Don't make your habits too hard, you'll quit, or too easy, you'll get bored. Make them just right. Slightly challenging but doable. Before we go, I want to talk about what happens when you fail. Because you will. You'll get sick, you'll have a busy day at work, or you'll just feel lazy. James Clear has a rule for this. Never miss twice. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. If you miss a day of English practice, don't beat yourself up. Just make sure you show up the next day. Identity shift. The goal isn't to learn English. The goal is to become an English speaker. Every time you listen to this podcast, you are casting a vote for your new identity. Ask yourself, what would a successful English learner do? They would probably listen to one more chapter. They would probably look up that one word they didn't understand. Success is a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. Start small, stay consistent, and watch the compound effect take over your life. That's it for today's episode of the Naciri English Podcast. I hope the summary of Atomic Habits gives you the tools to change your routine this week. Your homework. I want you to leave a comment below with your habit stack. Tell me, after existing habit, I will new English habit that I'll be replying to as many as I can to help you stay accountable. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more English learning content, and share this with a friend who needs a little motivation. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep being awesome. See you in the next one. Bye!